Hi, you are listening to HAB Radio. Today we have a special guest, Sir David Bell. Thanks for joining us today.
Very nice to be here.
Sir David Bell, tell us a bit about yourself and what your life at school was like.
Well, it's whenever you come back to school, it always makes you think about what school was like. I guess school doesn't change very much, really. It's hard work. You've got lots of friends, and you sometimes wonder, why am I here? What's the point of all this? But looking back, I can understand now that having a good education, which I had, made all the difference in the world. So whenever you come back to school, you're reminded that the teachers you had, the things you learned, made all the difference.
Okay, so what were the subjects that you enjoyed most and inspired you most that you loved?
The subject I liked most was history.
History. What did you like about history?
Well, I think all my life I've been, more than everything else, I've been interested in people. And what history is about is how people make a difference. And what the impact of people on the world they're in is, whether it's William the Conqueror or Julius Caesar or Winston Churchill or whoever it is, it's the impact they make. And I've always found that very interesting.
I was just wondering what you didn't like about school in your days.
I particularly didn't like the food, actually, at school. I thought it was really awful. And some of the teachers I didn't like because I thought they didn't really care whether I was alive or dead. And I didn't like having to be everywhere at a certain time. Now, when you look back, you can see why that was the case, because you've got to have that in order to make things work. So, but I mean, I guess the things I didn't like were the things everybody doesn't like about school.
As people, there are things that we are not good at, that we wish we were good at. And in school, what was something that you wish you were good at?
The thing I was worst at was maths. I was really bad at maths. And I wish I'd had a mentor or somebody to help me with maths. I was really bad at maths. And I wish I'd been better at maths. The other thing I wish I'd been better at was science, because I didn't understand when I was at school how important science was, and to understand the world. The more you understand science, the better. Okay,
so you're Sir David. What did you learn about knighthood? It's a very impressive thing to have. So,
well, it's impressive. It's impressive, really, not because of you, but because of what it says. It's society saying, well, there's certain things you've done, and thank you for doing them. So I think that's why you feel good about it, not because not because of sir or anything. That doesn't mean very much. It's society saying, well, thank you for what you've done, and that's nice.
Okay, so how did you find out you were going to be a sir? Were you surprised? Or was it something that you expected?
No, I was completely surprised. I got a letter, and I opened the letter. I was just about to go and see my son, actually, who was at university in Leeds. And the post arrived, and I opened the letter, and I nearly fell off my chair because it was a complete surprise.
Okay, you've done lots of different things, working for a big financial newspaper, but you are also involved with Sadler Wales. For those who don't know what this is, you can explain the organisation and your role.
Well, Sadler's Wells is a wonderful theatre in Islington, just to the north of the middle of London, but I mean really in the middle of London, which is all about dance. But it's not just about ballet, it's about hip-hop, it's about a whole range of dance, and the best modern dance. We like to say that we're the best dance theatre in Britain. We would like to be one of the very best in the world. So it's about all kinds of modern dance.
Well, that sounds pretty amazing. So how did you get in something that was like very different from the world of business and finance?
Well, they were looking for somebody to be the chairman, and for some reason, I don't quite know why they asked me, because I didn't know very much about dance at the time. But I've had to learn a lot since then, and I really enjoy it now. And we have a big hip hop festival, and I went to that a couple of years ago over the weekend, and I definitely was the oldest person there.
So, basically, you're a hip-hop fan.
Well, I'm a hip-hop fan, but I'm not a very educated hip-hop fan.
Oh, okay. So let's talk a bit more about school and maybe give some advice you could give to young people at Harris Academy. For For your own experience, what do you think is the one thing that you would say to all the students in our school to help them in future?
I think the thing I would say is believe in yourself. Believe, like I said this morning, if you read Barack Obama's biography, one of the things he says is, ultimately, people will help you. Lots of people will help. And this school's got wonderful mentors. But in the end, you've got to help yourself. So you have to believe in yourself and believe that you can do what you want to do. And I just believe passionately that that's true. So you've got to believe you can do what you want to do and do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been really lovely speaking to you and we appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You.